Oh, yeehaw! It's like a flying horse! I'm gonna overrun it. This is it. Goodbye, cruel world. Star Warnings, I think this is the part where I go ahead and die. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? What up, tubers? Bunny here, and this week we're back in Geo Flight Simulator. So in this video, I'm going to be dropping airplanes from space. Well, not exactly space, but I'm going to be dropping them from altitudes of at least 100,000 feet. So that explains why my F-16 is at an altitude of 42,000 feet and increasing rather rapidly. I mean, I could do it because why not? But, like I said, I'm dropping airplanes from space, so I'm just gonna see how fast I can get the F-16 to go, not fast, high. I'm gonna see how high I can get this vehicle to go. Even if it means I set a new altitude record, I'm gonna go for it. And then basically what I'm going to do, at the apogee, I am going to pause the simulation. I'm going to spawn in a new airplane, and I am already at 55,000 feet. Wow, this plane is fast. So as soon as I get to the apogee, I am going to switch to a different plane just to reset the airplane's location. And then from there, we're gonna be having some fun dropping planes from space. Ah yes, I am off the space coast of Florida. That way when I do come in for a landing, I can utilize some of the runways over here at the Kennedy Space Center. I guess it's Kennedy Space Center, but I guess it's also really Cape Canaveral Air Force Base. Fun facts. Of course, I make my attempts to go off the space coast of Florida, and what happens almost right away? I am going way too far away from the Space Center. Ah well. Alrighty, I am going to attempt to get to at least 100,000 feet. That's going to be my goal. So, without further ado, let's go to space so I can actually do the objective of this video. 3, 2, 1, woohoo!
Stall,
And
stall.
right away, I get a stall warning. Oh no. I don't even think I'm gonna make it to 90,000 feet. Well, pause it. What altitude is that? 87,700. Not as high as I was hoping for, but I think that should do. I mean, look, you can see the curvature of the Earth from up here. And I think if one were to glide the aircraft properly, he or she could make it back to the Space Center. Probably. I don't guarantee anything though. Alright, let's start with this unsung hero. Well, I don't know if I call it a hero. Whoa, what is going on? I am upside down. What? Okay, let's get into a cockpit view. Maybe that will be less dizzying. Dizzying? What? So I'm not unsung hero, but I would say unsung airplane of this flight simulator. I'm curious, how fast is it going? Let's see. Nearly 600 knots. I am impressed. So, I am impressed. I can get this vehicle to go nearly 600 knots if I drop it from 87,000 feet. Yeah, that vertical speed indicator isn't being very useful. I mean, come on. The speed it shows on my speedometer right there is practically my descent rate. 20,000 feet. I'm thinking once we approach 10,000 feet, I'm going to go ahead and pull up and then hopefully level off. So we're underneath 240, so we shouldn't have to worry about overspeeding. 3, 2, 1, pull up. Whoa! Whoa! Yeehaw! It's like a flying horse! Alright, so the next thing to do is to safely get this aircraft back down to the ground. And and I am in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and there is no land. Oh wait, there's land. There's land. There we go. You know, I should have flown this airplane when I was doing that one episode where I was flying the unsung aircraft of this simulator. Because honestly, I never fly it. I mean, it's so standard an airplane. It's so small, and I don't know, I just don't think to fly it that often. You know what? I'm not gonna keep you guys as I descend this aircraft down to the surface. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it, so this is just gonna take too long. I'll see you with the next aircraft. Okay, my next aircraft, you know what? I can just turn the engine off because it's not gonna get any power from 87,000 feet anyway. The next aircraft is, what do they call it? The Embraer Phenom 100. It's one of those tiny passenger jets, one of those, like, what you would expect a private jet to be. In fact, let's open the... No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not exploding. I mean, I should, because you can't open a pressurized cabin when the surroundings aren't pressurized whatsoever and expect the aircraft to not blow up. But, you know what? Since this is a flight simulator, you can do whatever the heck you want without having to worry about crashing and dying. Wait, how fast did we go? Wait, are we increasing speed? We're increasing speed, actually. Okay, we're probably reaching maximum speed now, so how fast? 889. Bad. Oh hey, there's a pilot nearby. At 26,000 feet. I am going to need to mind the pilot. What, maybe I can give this pilot a scare? Yeah, why not give... I think the pilot just disappeared. I mean, that's a good thing, because otherwise we would collide and then I would crash and die. Actually, you cannot crash and die in Geo Flight Simulator. Now, where's a runway? Daytona Beach. Perfect. I think I see the runway down... I think that's the runway right there. I just need to go for that, and I think I'm flying fast enough where I could head for that runway. And notice, my engines are off. I am just purely gliding. Okay, I cannot see the clouds. Wait, did I just say I can't? I can see the clouds! They're blocking my view of the runway! What I mean to say is I can't see the runway because the view is blocked by clouds. Am I even aligned for the runway? I think I see it. It's hard to tell. Aha! There's the runway. I can see it. But is it texture? Does it have that runway texture to it? I don't know, but I'm definitely going to need to descend to lower altitudes. Actually, yeah, I am actually rather high up still. You know, I might be coming in at a rather high approach. I'll make it work. I would actually rather be too high up than too low. Oh, hey, I can see the Daytona Speedway from up here. Neat. Okay, so I'm going to be breaking speed limits as I drop beneath 10,000 feet, and there is the alarm indicating that I am flying too fast. However, I really don't have a choice. Well, I do have a choice, but, well, I don't know. I don't want to kill off too much of my velocity because, well, one thing I could do is bring down my landing gear. I'm probably going to wait till I'm a little bit closer. Why put an airport super close to the speedway? Oh, I suppose with those fighter jets flying over during the national anthem, so should I try that? No, I should not. I should not if I know it's good for me.
2,500.
Alright, we're beneath 2,000 feet
1,500.
altitude. Let's bring the gear down. I don't think any
12,750.
flaps will be necessary, and there is no texture whatsoever
500.
to the runway.
400.
You know what? Let's just go
300.
for it.
250.
I can tell that this is a
200.
runway, so
150.
don't know if it's going to be butter, but
30. 20. 10. Retard. Retard.
uh-oh. Ground! Oh, I'm good. Okay. Come on. Get down and stay down. This is my only shot. Oh! Oh no, that's the end of the runway. That's the end of the runway. I'm gonna overrun it. This is it. Goodbye, cruel world. Goodbye. Okay, next one up, the Boeing 737. And I tell you, dropping planes from space is about the craziest idea that any human Boeing could think of. Boeing instead of being. To bow or not to bow? That is the question. Honestly, at these speeds, and what speed is this? 835. Okay, not as fast as the Embraer. You know, at these speeds, my airplane's wings should be shearing off. In fact, if I just do a dive, let's get down to 45 degrees angle, and let's just go for a real nasty dive. Okay, 30,000 feet, we're at cruising altitude. But I'm cruising alright. 20,000 feet. Now when I get to 10,000 feet, I'll pull up as hard as I can. Now what should happen is that the wings should shear off, like so. Let's do a loop-de-loop. Notice the crazy stunt I did there. My wings should have shorn off. My wings should have shorn off, and I should have gone spiraling down at hundreds of miles an hour, down into this big blue drink they call the ocean. But you know what? This is Geo Flight Simulator. You don't really have realistic crash effects. That's a funny thing. There are actually crash effects if you toggle that setting on in Geo Flight Simulator. However, it's not very realistic, so I just keep it off and I do my own crash and die effects in my videos. You know what? This descent rate is getting a bit boring now. I think I'm going to go on to the next aircraft. Now here's a fun plane to drop from space. It's the Boeing 767-300er. Actually, I think it's just pronounced ER, but why not just say Now there's a glitch in the flight simulator with this airplane. If you spawn it anywhere but the ground, it's going to be racing through the skies at over 550 knots. Which I guess is kind of convenient if you're trying to fly the aircraft at 30,000 feet from the get-go. But if you're just trying to do like a 1,000 foot passover of a town per se, that's not exactly the best thing to happen. Also, I believe once you get to high enough altitudes, there's a weird glitch that happens where the plane starts to roll left by its own will rather than the pilot's will. In fact, if I unpause the simulation, boop, see, we're already getting rolling chaos. Actually, this might make for a rather dramatic descent. What would you say? Oh, I can't control the roll. I don't think I'm going to be making it out of... Let's see, if I apply some roll and then counteract it with some other roll, how does that work? That does not work at all. It's rolling hard left, despite my will to roll it right. This is actually going against all... Oh my goodness, we are actually going faster here. Oh no, we are. But at 50,000 feet, I don't think I'm going to make it. I think I'm going to crash and die. Okay. How fast is that? 980. That's fair. Yeah, that's totally fair that we're dropping at nearly 1,000 knots. And it's all because I cannot control this airplane whatsoever. Okay, stall warnings. Stall warnings. I think this is the part where I go ahead and die. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Whoa! I should be tearing apart. Whoa! Okay, I got control over it. Pull up. Oh man, I think I'm about to lose my carrots. Oh yeah, you see there's a roll issue if you spawn anywhere above 30,000 feet. It's an issue. Oh, I forgot to turn the engine off. Oh well, not that it does much when the engine's on idle anyway. Only by descending into the thickest part of the atmosphere was I actually able to save the airplane from catastrophic crashing into the ocean. Huh, that's funny. There's absolutely no ocean rendering beyond this part of... So yeah, that's the interesting airplane. It's kind of a little fun to goof off with its speed abilities. Maybe I should do a Geo Flight Simulator video on this airplane. Well, I better be careful. I'm beneath 5,000 feet and I'm descending rather rapidly. I don't think I'm going to make it to land. I'm probably going to have to do an emergency splashdown in the ocean. Ah, no biggie. See you in the next plane. So guys, you see me do all these crazy stunts in Geo Flight Simulator. But I tell you, don't do them at home. Why am I not pulling up? Shouldn't I be pulling up more? Whatever. Remember kids, don't do these crazy stunts that you see me doing in these videos at home. Or in Matthew 4:4, Jesus quotes scripture saying, "You must not test the Lord your God." Someone name one thing that I've done on my YouTube channel that does not violate that Bible verse. Hey, I'm actually starting to pull up now. Yay! What the? Okay, what was my speed? 960. What was that bump by? Oh, now I get the elevators. Wait, what happens if I pull back up to high altitudes? What happens? What the? Oh, that's weird. Where's the bump? Come on, give me the bump. Where's the bump? There's the bump. And now we fly upside down. Yay! Whee! Well, that was a crazy descent. So yeah, the plane that I'm messing around with next is the Boeing 747-8. A giant plane. Hey, is that the GE logo? Do I see the GE logo? I don't see the GE logo. But yeah, General Electric makes a lot of products. They make the giant engines like you see. I actually think you actually see them in 787s and 777s. I think that's where you see those engines. Yeah, they make engines that are the size of... Those engines are actually as wide as a Boeing 737's fuselage. Actually read that somewhere once. Or they could make products as small as my radio clock that I keep in my room. Let's see, am I near... Actually, I'm gonna need to do a nice hard right. I'm actually gonna see if I can make it to the airport. I'll see you when I get closer to there. Okay, I see the runway. But I am rather low. I am actually at only 5,500 feet. My speed is slowly dropping. It's getting closer and closer to 200 knots by the second. I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to land safely at the airport. I might find myself undershooting, and if that's the case, then there goes a house or three. Or hopefully a store. It would probably be safer to see the destruction of a store than... Well, probably not. Well, at any rate, crashing is not a safe thing. Wait, is that the runway over there? Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's the runway. That's the runway. That's a highway. I can't land on a highway. This plane is too buff. Let's fire these engines up. Actually, I'll get them running up to 50% throttle. Nope. Actually, 30% will do. And I will apply some flaps. Let's see, I got my flaps. That should be good. Alright, I'll throw it to 30%. Let's bring this trademark undercarriage down.
1,000.
I don't know if it's trademark, but it's a bit iconic, I should say. And now we can touch down in a decent, more logical way. Okay, throttle up. I don't want to
300.
undershoot. Well, actually, I think at this point, this is the
250.
safe point where I can undershoot if need be. I think that's a highway I'm going. Okay,
150.
here comes a runway. Watch me butter the
100.
bread, obviously.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. Retard. Retard.
Whoa. Wait, should I be worried about that ground? Boing. Nah. Oh, good. Should I apply the brakes? Yeah, I should apply the brakes. I think that's a tunnel. I think that's why there's this weird dip. And I landed safely! That's a good note. I shall go ahead and turn these engines off. I don't need them at this point. There's one more plane I want to try out. Behold, the behemoth of all planes, the A-380. Actually, there's one airplane that is larger than the A-380, but we're not going to go into that subject. That's probably for another time. So this is the last plane that I'm going to be dropping from space, and after that I'm going to call it for this week's video. And whoa! This has turned out to be more interesting than I anticipated. Oh no. Why? Keep it steady, keep it steady. Keep it together for Papa, will you? Make Papa proud. I think we're reaching max speed, so 841. Of course, it's super hard to get such a behemoth going to high speeds. I think the only thing in this world that might be heavier than this plane would be my pet cat. No offense, BB girl. She's just giving me a look like, what are you talking about? So Jeff's decided to be a little convenient for me this last round. I had got my plane pointing toward Florida right away when I spawned in this airplane. So I see the NASA shuttle landing facility. I'm gonna go for there. Hey, I can see the launch pads. Okay, my view is getting a little bit blocked by clouds, but that shouldn't be too biggie. Oh no. I think I might be on the brink of a render error. No! And I was so close to the ground too. That was gonna be an epic touchdown at the Space Center. And we don't get to see it either. You know what? No biggie. This is probably a good point for me to just call it for this week's video. I'm thinking in next week's video of going back to Minecraft, going back to Black Lake. I have an idea for creating a county government center in downtown Black Lake. And I actually have an idea for making this building kind of more a modern design. So I can't wait to do that. But that's what I've got planned for next week's video. This is going to conclude this week's video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you all next week. India Alpha Bravo checking out.
Ignition sequence start. 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.